Well, hello, Kingston. Welcome back to the Napoleonic battlefield. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe, and enjoying these videos. I want to say really fast before I get into the video that I appreciate how fast this channel has been growing. We just bounced over 700 subs, so welcome to all of you that are new. If you are not subscribed, but you've been watching for a while, I'm going to encourage you to join the Kingsman army and to help us to continue to grow. And I would appreciate it very much, but enough of that. We are on the Battle of Ocana. It is 4 French versus 4 Spanish, and this is going to be on 9.0. As you can see, the French are going to be the ones who are most likely going to be attacking. Spain will be defending, and we have seen this battle, this series of fights before, where Spain just entirely trounced, using the UK, of course. They were able to trounce the French. Oh man, I have the hiccups. What a time to have hiccups. But you can see the Spanish have some 6-pounders, I would assume, already firing at this first army of Moriter, and they have a 4-pounder that is set up, probably not within range of anything. Sadly, oh, hold on, we have a cav. Yep, trying to push back some skirmishers, some chasseurs cheval. But the armies on this field, I am down on my A game. I usually go over the armies immediately. So we have 11-point Soult and 6-point Moriter, another 11-point Soult, and the far right side, another 11-point Soult. And I wish I could tell you what the Spanish were, but sadly I cannot. But they will have something along the same points as equaling up to the French. We do have a horse artillery pushing up here, 8-pounder horse artillery. You do see that we have one of the Soults pushing up along this road. Probably going to be the center of this line. They are going to be taking on some artillery, so not looking forward. I'm sure these men would not be looking forward to going up against a bunch of cannon. Would definitely be a little discouraging to hear that cannon rumbling already. Now we do have some skirmishers and a huge flanking force of French. Another 6-pounder horse artillery. We have some hussars scouting on this side of this big old grove. And a bunch of line infantry. Oh, look at this column. Look at these Swiss grenadiers. So glorious. So beautiful. The red uniforms with the red, blue, and white flag. Such brave lads. We do have more grenadiers of the line as well. Looks like, yeah, they're bringing a pretty good army here. Trying to get out the trees. We, of course, have Moriter setting up. Does he have any grens? Just a lot of line infantry, because with 9.0, it definitely is the specialty of your melee capable infantry to be able to beat the Spanish. You gotta depend on your bayonet charges and that such. I don't see any grens for them. Oh, what is this? So we have Theodore and Maximine. And they're pushed up their artillery, actually. They've finally gotten out of range. We do not have a ton of troops in the center here. We have some Spanish calves, some lights. Guys with the top hats. That's all I can really say about these guys. These look like either light dragoons or some hussars. No, they look like dragoons. The other... Oh, yes, we do have a cav charge, possibly. Calling their bluff. There is not a lot of cav, if any, in the center here. I may have started the battle too soon because the French are still pushing up here. Although that huge flank is super crucial, and it's cool to know where they came from. The French came from way over here. Soult came from over here, another Soult over here, and Mortier started in this grove. You can see the hussars are scouting. That is so crucial with cav. Now you have to scout. This French army is going to push up, and it looks like they're going to have a Spanish army here and here. And the Spanish do have some high ground and a lot of hilly ground they can defend on this side, as well as an LOC. Going to be difficult for this Soult player. He does have some dragoons, so he's well supporting himself with his cavalry. I do feel like Soult doesn't have a lot of cav. Yeah, he has some dragoons way back here, but yeah, and more dragoons here. Look, it does appear. Artillery pushing up. Hopefully they have cav to defend it. Yes, we do have some cavalry getting charged here. These hussars are going to charge in against some lights. And this is going to be devastating for the Spanish. They are going to lose big time. More cav pushing over for Spain, though. As they clash, more cav are rushing over. Let's see what they have. Oh, they have their heavies pushing up. But the Hussars going to win that fight. And Spain now doesn't have probably a lot of eyes on this area to know what is actually happening. Now, they do have light infantry over here along this road. The question is, are they going to fall back from this grove and hold closer to the town? You know, what are they going to do? We see more Spanish now showing through the woodwork here. 2 line infantry. These are very fancy looking guys. White and red. A lot of French just right in front of them, pushing up. Artillery firing. Uh-oh. We have some Chasseurs Cheval definitely going to get charged here. Hopefully they're paying attention. No, they're not. And Spain is going to clash in there, but man, they aren't doing so hot with the morale. The war cav is going to pour in, of course. And these Chasseurs Cheval are probably going to break. Maybe not. Wow, they broke 2 Spanish troops. They did break themselves. Also over here, it looks like the Hussars did get broken by those heavies. But that's all they have. No, these are lights. My apologies. These are light Spanish cav. But they are definitely been sighted. And there's a lot more cav pushing up and a lot more infantry pushing up. Look at this huge assault column rolling down here. They even have some Chiliers unsupported in the forest. But they're going to have some very good scouting capabilities. Over here, we do see the Spanish. Oh my goodness, look at this spearhead. They are going to focus down Soult all by himself. So that's going to cause the other Soult player to push over to reinforce, because they're trying to 3v1 possibly, because there's one army here, another in the center, and possibly another that came down the road, who's going to try to hold against Spain or against France, while they try pushing on this one player who I think has definitely realized their the danger, and they're going to try falling back. Maybe just in time. We will see. We'll see if this cav cuts them off. They do not have squarables. That is not good. Oh my goodness. Where are their squarables? They're all over here. That is very bad. Oh, we have some cav pushing up here, some dragoons. What are they gonna do? Oh, they're going for the artillery, which, oh my gosh, they're gonna break these dragoons before they even make it. That is the way. You can't do something like that. You can't. You just really can't. You gotta save your dragoons. Now they're gonna get chased down and probably slain. But the rest of the army is falling back. They actually have a really good position for artillery. Look at this. We have howitzers who actually have an angle. We also have some 12-pounders as well setting up. Uh-oh. They are not supported. Where's the cav guarding this artillery? Look, this Spanish cav could easily just push up here. They're trying to fall back to their Chasseurs Cheval. They need to get some cav to defend this side. Now over on this side, Spain is massing up here on the left flank of France with the cavalry. France is in deep, deep trouble. And this is the heavies of Spain that could probably break the French here. And yep, this artillery is a mincemeat. That is so unfortunate. This 12-pounder should have been guarded so much better than they were. Dragoon's gonna rush up here. Can they hold? Run that. Oh no. Oh, this artillery is dead. Save the howitzers at least. Because your 12-pounders, oh my goodness, look at this though. We have line infantry charging in on the flank here, trying to just Soult needs to reform his lines. Over here, they are trying to push up to save the flank here. They can push up and pincer the Spanish as they're trying to push on the left flank of Soult over here, France trying to form up in this grove, as Spain is now going to get really aggressive. They have repositioned their artillery to face off against the French. The French are not looking too good at this point. They've lost most of their artillery. Not all their artillery, but the howitzers are still here, but the 12-pounders are not. Their general is going to try to get himself out of there. Spain is pushing super hard on this flank, and France trying to get themselves out of there. But I think Spain actually may have overextended themselves here. Ever so slightly. Yeah, they may have overextended here. We do have some cavalry charging against some line infantry. They're going to start falling back here, and yeah, Spain not looking too good at this point in time. It's going to backlash on them, and France should be getting very aggressive. As soon as you see them falling back, get aggressive, push.
Our men are
They're falling
running
back a little too much. I don't think they should. Oh, what was France doing there? So definitely gonna lose their howitzers, and this you can see this French army has lost their fangs or their claws. They've been declawed. They still have a massive bite though. Over here, it looks like France on this left side is meeting some pretty organized resistance from Spain. Artillery actually though does not have a super good angle. Yeah, they do. They have a pretty good angle here, but there's a lot of French pushing up here, so... Oh, this artillery got focused down and is broken. They lost one of their guns, and that was enough to make them go bye-bye. We have some heavy columns assaulting the French on this flank. Ignore the Steam invite. I care too much about, no, I was kidding. Whoever that was, I'll see later. But yeah, so you see Spain is massing up here. And, ooh, we got the Swiss, the ones to meet them. Getting some beautiful volume. Look at these grenadiers of the Swiss. Oh my gosh. I know I just was cheesing about how good they looked. I can do it again. Spain is pushing up. They have reserves. France has some reserves. But you can see that France is actually looking like they're going to shift over. They have nothing to lose now from abandoning this position. They can push up and maybe pincer some of the Spanish who are going to start pushing up here, maybe even going for an LOC. No, there's an LOC there. But over here, France... Yeah, France is going to be holding a center line. They are probably going to be brutalized by artillery as they push up. There is a huge flank here, though. I mean, a huge flank by the French. Moriter pushing up, Soult taking that center. And the other Soult... No, there was only... There was... Yeah. Yeah, Soult is here. Moriter went for the flank. Spain is actually falling back. I don't think they like these odds. I suspect there's only one player here, as the other three are strung along this area. I'm surprised Spain is trying to commit while Soult is trapped in this forest. This artillery, though, this 8-pounder is trying to counter battery what looks like a 12-pounder of Spain, who is firing at some cav, I think. Oh, they're just hitting infantry trying to get to the cav, some dragoons. But now France is going to reform because Spain is, I keep using the word massing up, but they are looking to try to maybe hit this side where the legionnaires are. But Spain has to move rather quickly. France is almost behind them. If they're gonna fight, they should fall back at this point. I mean, unless you think you can rout the French that quickly. Oh, we have a cav fight over here. Yes, we have some cav charging in, some chasseurs cheval charging some heavies. Over here, it looks like there was some Spanish cav charging in against the French. Fire, fire, boys! See how many they kill there. Oh, there you go, punishing volley. Unfortunately, these chasseurs cheval were not able to really cut it against the French or against the Spanish heavies. And they have no squarables over here. but they're going to get volleyed. And that's not going to do very well.
Our general is under attack.
Oh my goodness, do we have some possible... Yep, we have a huge play here. The artillery getting charged by some Spanish cavalry as the horse artillery is trying to get themselves out of there. I think they just got disintegrated. Over here, more cav going for some line infantry and the artillery. They're going to get charged in the back by some chasseurs cheval. Line infantry probably going to form square here, try to deal with them. This artillery, though, is probably not going to make it. Spain may lose their cav, but I mean, this is a huge exploit. This is a huge gap in the lines. Soult needs to keep pushing. Spain needs to get very aggressive on this flank. They need to swing around and defend this open area.
Our men are running, sir.
That France now has opportunity to hit. But you can see over here, actually, they seem to be doing pretty well, and they've actually broken one of the line infantry here as they're going to keep pushing up. Oh my goodness. They had a really good quality line infantry unit. That's why. It's a guard for Spain. So France is getting very aggressive in the center. Soult pushing up here. This is not going to be a very easy fight. The artillery is going to be deadly, especially at this range. They probably are loading canister. No, they weren't, but they should be now. And those are grenadiers. And they could actually really start hurting those guys, but they're probably going to try to take some shots. These guys should be focusing on this side. I mean, Spain, they don't have a lot. I don't know why France isn't just marching straight up on this line. I mean, France over here is doing it, so, you know, get aggressive. Okay, so this is kind of changing things. So we do have Spain marching to their allies' aid. Man, this battle's massive. We have some Spanish cav charging the dragoons. I mean, this battle is massive. Like, the flanks that are happening. I mean, units behind units, units in front of units, units flanking units. It is unreal. France is still trying to maybe fall back here. They are... I don't like this position they have. They're... Only part of their line, guys, is firing. The rest of France is going to have to make a decision here. They have a whole nother Spanish army pushing up on them. But I think they're going to try to push up these units and hit the back of the French, or the Spanish, sorry. They need to get really aggressive. Stop marching perpendicular, go, or horizontally to them. Go directly at them. We have a bayonet charge here of the Imperial Guard going against the Swiss. What a beautiful volley right before they smacked, and that is going to cause a shock round that will cause them to break. But we do have cavalry pushing up here as well, and some of these units can and can't form square. This one can. Hopefully they do. They did not form square in time, and that's going to be a mess. An entire mess. This artillery is getting shot to pieces. They're still pushing up, but the real action, guys, is happening here. They did break the guard. There's cav now hovering on the back of Spain, so they're going to have a problem here. If France can just push up, stop sitting, push up. France is getting disintegrated here by this infantry fire. There we go. They're pushing up. They're trying to kind of slink past this Spanish army and push up, but oh my goodness, France is dying so fast here. Over here, they have broken some of this artillery. French pushing up. They don't have as much time as normal, guys, though. They need to push on this flank. There's only 5 units of Spanish line infantry against your whole army. You can go straight in. It's okay. Go straight for the throat here. You may be the turning point of this battle, because France is definitely having some problems. France needs to push up and reinforce their ally here. Don't have these long lines either. You need to have short columns. Short columns. These guys are not going to hold against this constant Spanish fire. And like I said, this line isn't even firing, guys. They're just chipping away at one point. That's what you have to do. Don't stretch your line out. Focus it in one small area. And that's the best way to do it. That's why all these units I would have in this area right here. All these units. These guys are going to get outshot. This whole line is going to be sacrificed, I'm assuming. Because they are going in for the Spanish here, who are now trying to escape, maybe. Over here, definitely things are looking a little bit better for this French, a little worse for the Spanish. They don't have enough troops. There should, honestly, these guys should peel over and start helping out on this side. They don't need all these troops. This is one Spanish army, probably not even a full Spanish army. But we do have Cav going in here, so the Dragoons charged in. They are trying to trap a lot of Spanish troops. These guys shouldn't be stopping. They should be pushing. They should be swinging the gate in. Trying to get at least 3 or 4 Spanish units. Uh-oh. We have some Cav in the back lines. These Voltigeurs, these Swiss Voltigeurs are about to get charged by some lights. And that's going to be terrible. Very, very bad. And the general. He's in danger. Soult is in danger here. He needs to get his butt out of there. More skirmishers. They should turn him to face that Cav in case they charge. But, uh-oh. This actually could break a lot of French. They're charging right into a lot of the French. That Cav needs to come over and support the back line of Soult. On this side, you can see that France is trying to enclose the casket on this Spanish army. Only being semi-successful. There's a lot of French troops just marching perpendicular. I think that's how you use that word, right? Perpendicular? Perpendicular to the Spanish. And these French have barely fought. And the Spanish have barely fought. The real bloodshed is over here, where actually, my goodness. Okay, there's 2 different fights happening here, guys. 2 different fights happening here. The one where Spain is actually trying to get themselves out of this corner, and the other one where Spain is getting just totally squashed. So, oof. Spain has managed to get themselves out of there. France was not fast enough. And look at this flank that France is starting to lose. This is how you do things, guys. You stick your troops on the flank and just use a couple units. Oh my goodness. I say a couple and just like 4 more appear. So this is why France is starting to lose this flank. They should reform by this road. Reform your lines. Don't keep stopping. You gotta keep moving. Yeah, at this point, I mean, Spain's really gonna hurt them. Uh-oh. Horse artillery gonna get charged once more. Spain picking off artillery 1 by 1, or skirms 1 by 1. See, these troops, I don't know if they're reading the battle, but they should be splitting off these Swiss. Split them off. Go over here, help this flank. If you marched up right here, you would have a beautiful flank on the French. Or the Spanish, sorry. And these, what's with the Trilliers always being stuck out without being in the fight? Are they just being forgotten? The poor Trilliers just being forgotten every time. Now, there was a huge charge here of the Dragoons, which broke a lot of France and actually shattered that line. You can see that Spain is falling back so that they can kind of reform here and not have a huge Spanish flank, but it's not going to matter. They are, however, putting a lot of pressure on these 5 Spanish units. This is how you do it. You want a bunch of units on the flank. These guys are firing right here, not right here. These guys are getting free shots, free kills. And there goes the Cav charge in Spain. Okay, yeah. These guys need to immediately start advancing. Immediately advance. Don't stop for a second. You want to see the whites of their eyes. Because this delay, you're letting them get away, and your shots are you're getting further and further and further away, and your shots aren't telling. Also, don't do this unless you're on a road. Doesn't matter. But now Spain is definitely getting pushed back. France playing very well now. They have definitely done the counterattack. They have managed, with some well-placed maneuvering, to save themselves from getting surrounded by the Spanish. Over here, Spain is falling all the way back to the town of, I believe, Ocana. Ocana. I guess, Okinawa. What is this? The Pacific? A little bit of fibbing here. Don't think it's intentional because they are fixing it, but definitely going to cause the French to have some morale problems. A lot of Spanish cav that honestly should be trying to help on this side. Like, basically regroup, consolidate, and then re-attack. Spain, if they get into a standing line fight, if it's equal to the French, they could possibly win. They could. They may have more troops. They have a lot massing up on this corner that should be pushing for the flank. All these troops right here should be massing up here. They should form a line and have a mass pushing on the flank. Let these French armies waste their time taking on the Spanish troops. And they're still getting some kills here, going for troops in the way back. And even counter and bayonet cav charging a lot of French units that can't form square now. I'm surprised that the French are using so many troops to try to defeat this such a small Spanish army. They should be peeling troops over. I'm not sure if Spain's trying to march over to reinforce them, but they are definitely falling back now. They have called the retreat. They were unable to successfully divide and conquer the French. The French are united, thankfully. For a little while there, they were not. Things were looking a little grave, a little worrisome, even. But now, and the Spanish cav is just racking up the kills, aren't they? Oh, these skirms may actually reply and get some shots off. Are they going to kill them, more of them, or are they all... Now they're dead. You would see me right here running away and hiding in the bushes against this. I am not... No. As a skirmisher, now, thank you. There's horse artillery behind the French line. What is this? Same time, Spain actually may have found a position they like. They have some walls here. They have some trees. They have a dip, though. This is not good. You don't want... You take the courtyard, but don't sit below the dip. And don't kill your general. Please don't kill your general. The French are getting very aggressive, though. We're 27 minutes into this replay. And the French are starting to break a couple of the Spanish units. They may actually, if they don't stop marching, they can cut off this whole side of the Spanish army. And surround them as the rest of them are falling back. Because this is definitely a total fallback. I think they wanted to defend the LOC. Maybe hold this high ground. But France is still pushing around. So much movement from these troops that haven't really got a chance to even fire. But they are going for the flank here. A lot of troops going for the flank. I'm surprised Spain did not take this courtyard. I mean, sit some troops right here. Actually, the wall does provide some protection. They do have a grove, though. And a slight slope. I don't know how well this actually helps. I think they actually take some loss in this position here, actually. May actually be a really good position, though. And there's still Spanish cav in the back lines. Yeah, they shouldn't stop here. Oh, wow. We have skirmishers sitting here. Look at this. You can't even see them yet. Although this lineup should probably... Oh, there they are. Those buggers that were skirmishing you. Take them out. So Spain may be sacrificing a couple units. I would keep pushing this side. Keep pushing. Hold these units right here. Push on the flank. Have these units hold. Don't even have these guys waste time. Keep pushing. Spain is trying to save their army by sacrificing a couple units. You don't want to. You want these units even to keep pushing. You don't want to give them a chance for a break. That's why attacking. I love attacking. And you can be so aggressive, and they're forever trying to defend themselves. Whoever is attacking sets the tone, sets the mood here. Oh, we have some units that are going to get cav charged. They try to bayonet charge the skirmishers, who are now going to get themselves out of there. Those cheeky skirmishers. And see, all these units should be marching still. They could have a flank on these skirms already. And these units should be marching. I mean, they're given a lot of space. The Spanish have made a lot of distance here. Over here, they're doing a little bit more aggressive of a push. They're definitely going to still keep shooting on the Spanish. Spanish did form up, though. They have artillery up on the heights in several places, so they have a very strong position, but the French are behind them, guys. I mean, there are reinforcements pushing over here, so actually... Oh, there's a bayonet charge? Look at France doing bayonet charges here. They're even pushing up on this side of the church. That'd be a cool shot. That'd be a glorious shot. And they're all the way over here, so Spain is definitely in a predicament here. In a huge predicament. They're getting melee charged here, bayonet charged. They should get these... Do they have grenadiers? Where are the Grens? France does have to watch out, because Spain is getting very aggressive here, pushing up. And they're going to start pouring in volleys on a couple French units here. And beating back the French attack. Things are not over yet, guys. There may have been a retreat, a wise retreat, and there's still 28 minutes left. The French have to take this city if they're going to win this LOC victory instead of a defeat, domination. But France is playing smart. They are bayonet charging the Spanish lines, which is what's going to be their saving grace. We have elites rushing up. Oh, wow. These guys are going to point blank these fellas. Or not. More line infantry charging in here. So France is trying to hold this reinforcing Spanish army at bay by bayonet charges. Over here, they're just trying to outshoot them. On the opposite side of the fight, Spain is now trying to hold right on this corner, where they're probably the weakest. The rest of the Spanish are falling back. And once again, guys, we get a look at the field here. Very, very interesting fight, to be sure. And Spain seems to have been beaten back that first attack, but they are not out of this fight yet. They have reserves, thankfully. France has some reserves. They did lose some infantry there, but they have taken the high ground, guys. And they are they're using this wall very well, protecting their grenadiers, their Swiss grenadiers. Keep these guys secret, keep them safe. Gandalf would say. Oh, look at this. Some heavies. Alright, so Spain has a lot of cav still. A lot of cav. They do have a square right here, so they should be okay. Not a lot of artillery, really. I mean, there is some artillery right here, but other than that, not a lot. Spain has, I think, stopped at this road, and they may be trying to just defend this area. You see, they are definitely taking some losses against this French line. So Spain's going to fall back here. Let their artillery do some of the speaking. Oh, good. We finally have some skirmishers being used without cav destroying them. Very interesting fight, to be sure. I mean, I still don't know who's going to win. I think the French will win. That's my prediction. But this fight could easily go one way or the other with this cav pushing up. The Spanish could make a comeback. They got reinforced by the town. You do have Spain pushing up, or not, sorry, France pushing up on a very vulnerable side of the Spanish line. Even right here, they're gonna volley. Looks like this square. They missed a lot of shots. What are you guys? Oh, they're tired. That's why. And they're getting reinforced. Uh-oh. So the French army is definitely tired, I would say. And the Spanish probably are as well. But man. Spanish are hovering on the flank here by this church. Look at that. Bayonet charge routed.
Our men are running for
the French. Flank secured. Hill held. Artillery in position. Spanish looking good. I'd not be feeling too badly as the Spanish. They have troops for days. I mean, look at this side. They have a thin line of French pushing up on them. They are definitely still holding up this town. They may be... Oh! Just what I was about to say. They may be rushing into the town, the French may be. And they definitely are. They're even charging for this LOC with some grenadiers. And the Spanish actually seem to be having some real morale problems here as these grenadiers and some line infantry supporting them are pushing up. If they think it's LOC, this could be huge. They could then start firing into the town center. Oh, we have the cavalry charging in against the French. And some line infantry pushing up as well. Maybe some Grens or these are militia, or not militia, but guard elites of Spain. So France is going to use this wall reform here. Cavalry being disastrous and a lot of infantry pushing up on their flank. Spain's actually not looking too hot. Or sorry, France is not looking too hot here. They did take the LOC, so that is something. Over here we had some cavalry. Cavalry? Yes, we did. Some dragoons that are just charging into a lot of Spanish line of infantry pushing up as well. They have their skirmishers firing probably up the square, but look at this flank they are getting. Oh my goodness. Over on this side is just a standing line fight. The fight of attrition. Over here, France is definitely massing for a push. And maybe gonna get around behind the Spanish. France still trying to take on some elites, and they are breaking. Spain is just making a definitive push here, using their cav to coordinate with their line infantry here. A bayonet charge, counter charge, and the cav possibly gonna go in and support that fight. Oh no, they're going for the side. As Spain is pushing, France is gonna try to reform possibly. These guys can't form square. Oh no. This flank is looking bad for the French. Over here though, they are definitely winning. You know, are you winning? You definitely are. And Spain has had to fall back, and France may be trying to take this hill. They've already broken some of the artillery. On this side, I think France is actually outmatched. Maybe not, but I feel like France is going to be outmatched. This is going to be a waste. That's going to be a waste. They're going to get charged and broken by some cavalry. But Spain is starting to lose, and a lot of French are becoming available to then push forward and keep pushing that flank. France over here just has to hold. It's getting a little messy for them, though. They have a lot of reserves, but they should just fall back a lot more than they are. They keep throwing troops in, and Spain keeps just out shooting them. So I would say that France has the town of Ocana. So they just got to establish firm control over the city. They are driving back the Spanish on this side and holding over here, although this flank is getting just whittled away so fast. These poor lights. They're going to break. There's no way they're going to hold. But they have reinforcements pushing up. Some sappers. And they are kind of holding the hill, I would say. Not totally. But Spain may try to ambush a bunch of these troops in the canyon. These skirms are going to help these line infantry to kind of push in on this side. Maybe try to flank this small Spanish force. Over here, France has enough reserves. I think they are able to reform their lines here. maybe even get a flank, although there's a lot of French or Spanish troops waiting on that flank. Artillery is pushing up here. It looks like a 4-pounder. Spain's going to do very well on this flank. Now, you can see they are starting to definitely lose over here. What do they have going up against? Some legionnaires. Oh, we have grenadiers walking forward. They're going to do a bayonet charge. If they have the hill slope to hide behind and not get shot, that could really help out their opportunity to make a decisive play here. Still walking. Charge, run, run, run. Oh, no, are they gonna fire first and then charge in? Come on, you guys, fire for crying out loud. Oh, they may actually break him with that. Oh, there we go. Yes, this is what I wanted to see. Grenadier v. Grenadier here. And at the same time, they're also going to push up while that Grenadier is busy. Oh, they routed him so fast. They can start pitching down the line. Just keep charging, keep charging. Don't let the... Oh my gosh. The French just shot their own units.
Our men are running.
Well, that's unfortunate. Over here, Spain is definitely giving France a run for their money. They are just surrounding their right flank and just shooting them to pieces. I would not want to be a Spanish troop or a French troop on this right flank. I would want to be in the left flank or even in the town. Although, to be honest, being a French troop anywhere is probably not that good. I'm surprised these Grens didn't try to keep charging down. Oh my goodness, someone needs to tell the Spanish cannon that oh my gosh. They are friendly firing in a terrible, terrible way. So it's like a seesaw. One side, the French are shifting one way and the other, and Spain is doing the exact same thing. Over here, this fight for the flank, finally France seems to have gotten their troops in, and they are actually outflanking the Spanish. Spain needs to fall back, use their reserves that are sitting over here. Maybe fall back to this wall and use that to kind of keep yourself from getting outshot here, because you're outnumbered 2-1 at this point. Spain has basically vacated the town, and France, what is left of this French player, is holding it. We do have some brave units that are going to try to defend the back line of France as they continue to try to make a decisive push here. These sappers, I think, are trying to get rid of this artillery. They are just out of range of the Spanish. And Spain just turned, they would do well. Just keep marching them. See, yeah, they noticed it. They're gonna charge. Can they make it in time, guys? Over here, Spain trying to push on France's flank. I'm surprised these reserves aren't pushing over to try to push on that flank. Oh, what? They broke them. But this artillery is now stuck here, guys. They are stuck. They can't push up, and Spain is so far behind the lines with their artillery that they're not going to be able to really do anything effective there. Oh, that artillery now getting charged by the Grenadiers. All this artillery, unfortunately, not being able to be really utilized very well. On this side, France just broke a ton of Spanish troops. Look at this rout they caused. They were outnumbered, and that was unfortunate. So France is definitely starting to win here. They definitely are starting to win here. They even actually charged their voltigeurs against the general here. These Grenadiers carrying on to the next gun. The reserve's going to have to deal with them. These brave Grens going to die in the back lines. Spain is actually really about to maybe mass rout a bunch of French. Who's going to do it first? Actually, France is looking really bad on this side. If they can hold this LOC, though, guys, they will win. by LOC victory. So honestly, Spain should be trying to push back to try to take this LOC from the French control. Because even if they break this army, if this army can delay this Spanish army long enough, it'll be worth it. But yeah, France is starting to peel away. Look at this, there's 16 men left in this one unit. How? Out of 69 men, are 16 men okay with still fighting? I mean, this is inevitable. You have to keep falling back. You're just gonna start, your line's gonna start peeling like a grape. I'm not sure what's gonna happen still, guys. For a second out there, I was like, oh, France is gonna win, but man. Yeah, because France is definitely gonna start losing. They're wavering. These legion are going to break. It's going to cause these guys to mass rout, and it's going to cause the morale over here to start plummeting. Because, yeah, see, wavering, and then these guys will start to waver once these guys break, so it's just going to chain rout. 3 units, just like that. Spain could actually take this. I mean, they hold the town.
Our men are running, sir.
This French army is out to die, basically. I feel like they're going to be hung out high and dry. And they are falling back here. They just need to hold the town and claim an LOC victory. I mean, that's honestly all they have to do now. And they have repelled the attack here. I'm surprised Spain isn't trying to attack here. I mean, they still have time to go take another LOC. But I haven't seen any of the notifications except for this town. Yeah, France hasn't taken any others. Oh, we have some units charging in against Spain, trying to slow things down. These brave Swiss trying to defend. And they bought time for their fellow comrades to fall back. As Spain now is going to march more or less victoriously. Now this Spanish contingent has a tough job. They have to hold back a huge onslaught of French that really, really, really want to get away. They're even going to put their artillery up in a rush to reload them. Yeah, Spain needs to stop sitting still. They need to keep moving. Oh, what? They broke that fast? Oh, come on. They can break the French right here. They can push in and totally surround the Spanish, or the French here, and break a ton of them. Look, they're so close. They're wavering on so many levels. This could cause a mass rout in France. Could just break. Spain is looking much healthier here. They're stubbornly holding on. Can they hold on long enough? They're going to break over on this side. And they're going to try pushing over here. It's going to be up to this player to hold the town for 10 minutes.
Our men are running, sir.
As their French ally is gone. France is basically gone. They took a lot of losses. They gave a lot of losses. And it's going to be up to the French in this town, garrisoning it, who are actually pretty healthy. They got some really decent units still left. And they have a hill to hold. Look at this. Nice gentle slope. Too bad they can't take all the, like, garrison each building. But France is gonna try to get away with what's left of their army here. But probably not gonna be too effective. And now the Spanish, totally united, very beaten, but united, will, oh, we have an allied general who has been slain. Was the general of the general? No, it's the Spanish charging in, taking care of a French general. And the Spanish cav going to try to finish up this Spanish player. This is coming down to the wire, guys. There's 8 minutes remaining. They need to hold this town. Some reinforcements maybe trying to shift around and reinforce it. Obviously, they're called reinforcements. In case you didn't know, I'm just kidding. They are able to form some squares here, deal with that cav. They have some line infantry that has their back turned to the Spanish. They should have them turned around, for crying out loud. Turn around. Well, let's see if the Spanish can pull this together, guys. They are starting to waver some of the French. So, who knows? Honestly, the French should push back and let them try pushing into the choke points and then control the choke points here. That's what they should be doing. Just fall back, force them to fight you on equal ground, make them have to form up right here in this gap to shoot you. Same over here.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
No, this Spanish cav is just doing so well against the French. France has nothing to combat it. It is a losing battle for this French army. Artillery even firing in. Yeah, they're gonna fall back here. Fall back. Defend the town center, and all will be well. I don't know why they have so many reserves sitting here. They should pull them back into the town. I mean, this doesn't hold any significance. These guys should be pulling up over here, because this is where they could get really pushed rather quickly. I mean, look at this. What a glorious shot here. You have the smoke, the fire. You get the elites in the background. 5 minutes. Spain needs to make a move. They don't have tons of time. They aren't going to make it in time. There's 5 minutes remaining, and they don't have enough time, I don't think. France has reserves they can keep throwing in here, and they have to take this LOC in order to claim LOC victory. Although they are starting to break some of the Swiss over here on this side. So the LOC maybe within reach, they can push up their reinforcements. Possibly. Yep. This line is actually holding really well, though. France has those walls. They are losing troops still. So France is definitely, bit by bit, having all their hard work taken back. And these troops are going to go for the LOC. Hopefully Spain notices this. Grenadiers charging in for the house. Watch out, here they come. Oh, that's a really good flank, though. Look at that. They're just shooting them as they're pushing up into the LOC. But they did get into the LOC, so you may have to charge them in the back. For all the marbles. Oh my goodness. Spain is just routing France one after the other. Oh, it's so close. 3 minutes, 37 seconds. France, hold just a little bit longer and you can win. You can claim victory. It's so close. France, I don't think is even paying attention to the fact that they're just getting their flank turned by the Spanish. Every shot is going to tell on this line. The general is up here to inspire the men. More infantry pushing up. I don't think France can do it. I don't think so. Well, let's fast forward here. There's not a lot else. Yeah, I don't think they can do it. We're gonna zoom in here.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Well, they've played hard, I guess you'd say. They played very hard and torn at the last minute from their grasp. What a well-played game, though. You know, there's a lot of... Oh, they're going to go to this other LOC, which they've... Are they going to take this? They're going to make this... Oh, no, that's 1 point versus 2 points. But they did take it, so... I don't know. It's going to be an LOC victory still for the coalition. They don't need to do anything. The timer's going to run out before anything else. So, well played on both sides. Coalition and French.
We have killed their generals, sir. Now they must break.
Okay, I get it. Probably one of the closest Ocanas I've seen in a long time. So, this one was sent in, of course, by Nix, playing as a Spain Soult 11-pointer. Getting some decent kills with the Swiss. Yeah. So, alright guys, that's about it from me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.